here about the video. Today we're going to be talking about the history of Nintendo DS. It's been a while since we've done a history video, but today we are back at it again. And yes, I am a little tiny bit sick. I swear it's not COVID. But we're going to go ahead and talk about the Nintendo DS. The history, I should say. But first, the history. Let's first talk about what the Nintendo DS is. So, the Nintendo DS, well, is a handheld, a handheld console produced by Nintendo and released globally across in 2004 and 2005. The DS for the installers for the developer systems or dual screen, which you can actually play on the screen twice, like, two screens at once. That's pretty cool. Introduction to new features to the handheld games. There's two LDC screens working in tandem, the bottom one being the touchscreen. The bottom one is a touchscreen, while the other one is just used to see the game. A built-in microphone and support the wireless connective, and both screens can arm with a clamshell design similar to the Game Boy Advance SCP. So basically what that means, whether both screens are composed with a clamshell design, the Nintendo DS is way similar to the Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance, I should say. But yeah, let's talk about during the development of it. The beginning of development of the Nintendo DS began around mid-2002, following an original idea from former president Haruhiro Hamichiro, I'm sorry I pronounced your name wrong, about a dual-screen console. But somewhere in November, in the early 2000s oh god, I'm so sorry, my nose is just really itchy, guys. I don't know what to do about it. But anyway, somewhere in November, it will be releasing a new product in 2004. The company did not provide many details, but it stated it would not be success the Game Boy Advance. As this console was announced under the code name Nintendo DS, we finally got the name Nintendo DS. Nintendo has a lot of rough time naming names, so they call it Nintendo DS. But then Nintendo released only a few details at the time, saying that the console would be too separated. So they wanted to make this console a little bit different from other consoles, and that's exactly what they did. So, in that case, let's talk about during the launch title. And as we're doing this, I'll pull up some trailers. Let's do this. We're good? Oh, we're good. Let's go. Alright, these are old DS commercials. So, a guy named Yua referenced the Nintendo DS as Nintendo's first handware launch in support of the basic strategy, gaming population expansion, because the touch-based screen, and then was set to release on September 20th, 2004. Nintendo announced that the Nintendo DS would be released in North America on November 21st, 2004 for US $149,000. But that wasn't compared to Japan's $15,000 on February 24, 2005. In Australia, about $200. And on March 11, 2005, in Europe for $150,000. In the United Kingdom, of course. Then the console would then launch an event at Universal City Walk eBay Games in Los Angeles, California. The console was launched quietly in Japan compared to the North America launch. One registering the European launch, Nintendo Presents Sakurai Iwai said this. So, a lot of different regions like America, Australia, Japan were way different than any other country for Nintendo DS. But there is a lot of stuff to this. A current Nintendo president at the time, Sakurai Iwai, said, we have developed I couldn't see. To develop a slightly different concept from existing devices in order in order to provide players with a unique entertainment experience for the 21st century. He also expressed, back at the forefront of vision and move away from the concentrated image that had been described about the company in years past. In March of 2004, the technical specifications was leaked, also revealing its internal development name, Nitro. In May of 2004, the console showed a prototype from E3 2004. But in July 28, 2004, Nintendo revealed a new design that was described as sleeker and more energetic than the one shown at E3 and announced Nintendo DS as a device officially better sales than the GameCube sales. Haruhi Hamashi stressed the importance of its success in the company's future, making a statement which could translate front heaven, but if falls, we will sink to hell. So that is, guys, all your history stuff for Nintendo DS. But I do want to announce a little more fun facts, other stuff for Nintendo DS as well. While we're at it, Nintendo DS was literally, of course, the first handheld console. So it was way different than any other console. Until Nintendo 3DS, of course, in the near future, it really enhanced Nintendo DS. But what makes it so special for Nintendo DS? Well, Nintendo DS, of course, we all know, is, I forgot what I was gonna say now. Oh my god, dude. It was actually the best-selling Nintendo console ever. That's not even a joke. Nintendo DS is one of Nintendo's best-selling console of all time. It is way different than any other Nintendo console ever. And it's insane how it became the best-selling game and the most popular Nintendo console ever. And it is really surprising at how popular Nintendo DS became. Obviously, it's not like the most popular gaming console ever, because of course the PlayStation 2 has crushed it in popularity. But at least Nintendo DS cracked in second place. But seriously, we can all agree Nintendo DS is a really great console for touchscreen and many other stuff. And if you want to say anywhere else stuff, it is really amazing. And the inclusion of adding a pin into this was really amazing as well. Instead of pressing buttons a lot, you can now use touchscreen. A lot of people may have liked it, but at least it was actually a really, really good idea for a new console design to be a little more different in Nintendo DS. But I will have to admit, it is pretty small. The pin is really small, and I don't like that sometimes. But who cares? Nintendo DS is kind of small, but we can all agree. And sometimes some stuff is really small on the Nintendo DS, but it makes sense. It is a really small console. It is kind of the same thing as the 3DS. And the home button can be a little triggering, because once in a game, you have to turn off your DS and then go to the menu, and it could be annoying. And there were not super huge DS games. I mean, the only one was Super Mario 64 2 or Super Mario 64 DS. I mean, it's a really cool game. And it also became Metroid Prime Hunters, which is also a really good game. And also, guys, I also recommend you guys do not eat cheese. It's disgusting. Alright, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thanks for watching, guys. Like it, subscribe for new, and I'll see you guys. Peace out today. And after wrap it up, we'll wrap it up with some more Nintendo, some other Nintendo DS stuff. You know what I mean? Some other trailers.
The Nintendo DS is now Party Central. Mario Party DS.
They were eventually gonna name their console the Nintendo Nitro, but they decided to name a really cool name, Nintendo DS. So yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll wrap out all the trailers. in case you guys have reminders, yes, the development was in 2002. Just so you guys know, 2002 was the mid development of it, and then it took about 1 year and a half. Okay, 2004 for Nintendo DS, for the actual Nintendo DS to come up. So it was quite a long development, and it was their really first handheld console, and they finally improved it. And in case you're wondering about like the sales, North America was $150,000. Japan was $15,000. Australia was $200,000, and Europe or United Kingdom was for Europe it was $150,000, and then for United Kingdom it was $100,000. Or $100, I should say $100. I should say $100 or whatever, $100. I think Europe was $150, and so on. And yeah, guys, that's it for the video. Subscribe and like, guys, and I'll see you guys. Peace out. Have an awesome day.